Young and the Restless spoilers reveal a tense situation. Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman are facing a life-or-death challenge. Imprisoned by a mysterious kidnapper, they are forced to do everything to escape his control. Every action, every decision they make can lead to life or death. This struggle is not only a battle between two strong women but also a battle of wits, where patience, intelligence, and trust will be tested to the limit. Phyllis, a cunning but also extremely dangerous woman. Phyllis Summers has long been known as a cunning woman who is not afraid to do anything to achieve her goals. She has always lived by the motto, survival at all costs, and now, this is truer than ever. While Sharon, who usually appears calm and rational, is trying to stay calm, Phyllis does not hesitate to find ways to break all limits to free herself. Once she realizes that a chair may be the only tool to break the window, and possibly create an opportunity to escape, Phyllis does not hesitate. She immediately grabs the chair and prepares to smash the window. However, this action of Phyllis is not only the beginning of the plan, but also a terrible turn that can put everyone in more danger. Sharon, rationality and warning of danger. Sharon Newman, on the other hand, has experienced many challenges in life, but in this situation, she does not have many options. She knows that haste and lack of thinking can cost them both dearly. Phyllis was a strong-willed woman who was not afraid to try any method to escape her captivity, but Sharon knew that if they did not act properly, they would fall into the deadly clutches of their captors. When Phyllis picked up the chair, Sharon could no longer keep her composure. She screamed, her voice cracking with fear, "If you do that, you will get us both killed." Sharon knew that breaking the window could reveal their location to their captors, causing them not only to lose their chance of escape, but also to be recaptured or worse. She warned Phyllis that this was not the time to act rashly, but to have a more careful plan. Tense and internal struggle. Every moment in this dark room became more intense as the two women faced each other and this dangerous situation. Phyllis had always been someone who was admired for her quick thinking, but now she felt like she had no choice. Meanwhile, Sharon had always been patient, but even she didn't know if she could keep her cool much longer. Phyllis put down the chair, but her eyes were not soft. She continued to think of other options, determined not to let the incident end in failure. Sharon also had no choice but to cooperate with Phyllis, even though she knew that she was walking on a dangerous path. A daring plan. Will they succeed? After a brief exchange, the two decided to create a daring escape plan. They realized that although the kidnapper might have locked the door, he had not taken into account some factors that they could exploit. One of the important details was the electrical system in the room. Sharon had noticed that some of the equipment in the room was not working properly, which might give them an opportunity to obscure the surveillance systems or unlock the door secretly. Phyllis was the first to realize that if they could fool the surveillance systems, they would have a chance to leave the room undetected. However, the other big challenge was to distract the kidnapper, who was monitoring their every move through the cameras hidden in the room. They would need an unpredictable plan, and every minute that passed became more and more tense. As their plan began to take shape, both Sharon and Phyllis realized that this would not be a simple escape. They would face unpredictable dangers. Phyllis, despite her ability to come up with sophisticated tactics, could not help but worry about the plan's chances of success. Sharon, despite feeling scared, still decides not to give up, determined not to let what they have experienced up to this point be meaningless. In the end, will they escape death? With a challenging and risky plan, they will have to face many difficult decisions and unpredictable challenges. As the tension reaches its peak, the biggest question remains: can Phyllis and Sharon successfully escape, or will they pay with their lives? The Newman family, the Abbott family, and the investigation into Phyllis's disappearance life in Genoa City is full of mystery, intrigue, and unpredictable tension. While the main characters of The Young and the Restless continue to face personal challenges, the tension between Victor Newman and Jack Abbott raises a big question: is there a chance for reconciliation, or will it all lead to the collapse of these relationships? Meanwhile, concerns over Phyllis Summers' disappearance begin to add to the unease in the community, as both the Abbott and Newman families face difficult decisions. Kyle warns Summer, the tension in their relationship. Kyle Abbott is not one to take life's changes lightly, but when he sees Summer Newman's recent behavior, he knows he can't stand by and not intervene. After witnessing Claire's growing frustration with Summer, Kyle realizes that not having clear boundaries is causing conflict not only between them but also between those around them. Summer, despite her strong and confident demeanor, seems to be unable to control her emotions, making every situation more difficult to resolve. Kyle decides to talk to Summer, especially as things escalate. He doesn't want to let their small conflicts affect their future. Kyle knows that without setting clear boundaries, their relationship will never go anywhere. "I can't keep watching you do things like this, Summer," Kyle says, trying to stay calm during the conversation. "If we don't change this approach, things will only get worse." Summer keeps arguing with Kyle, feeling threatened and unable to understand why Kyle wants to create boundaries in their relationship. She resists, not wanting to be under Kyle's supervision and believing that he is controlling her. Nikki is in the middle of Victor and Jack's conflict as the confrontation between Victor Newman and Jack Abbott begins to escalate. Nikki Newman cannot sit still. She is someone who always wants to keep the peace in the family, and the relationship between these two powerful men makes her extremely nervous. Both Victor and Jack are proud and neither will give in to the other. This not only increases the tension between the two families but also makes Nikki feel helpless. She knows that if the situation is not controlled, this confrontation will not only harm them but could ruin everything the family has built. As Victor and Jack begin to exchange threatening words, Nikki cannot help but feel pressured. She decides to intervene even though she knows it will not be easy. "You can't keep fighting like this. We both have kids and families, you can't let your pride get the better of you anymore," Nikki screams as she tries to pull the two men together. But will Nikki's pleas be enough to make them give up their deep hatred? The answer is clear, no. Victor and Jack are both too proud, and neither of them wants to give up. Daniel and Billy team up, investigating Phyllis's disappearance while Victor and Jack's relationship is causing tension throughout Genoa City. Another problem is starting to stir in the Abbott family, the mysterious disappearance of Phyllis Summers. Phyllis has suddenly disappeared after making a strange phone call to Summer, leaving the Abbott and Newman families worried. What's more, after this call, no one has been able to contact Phyllis, and no one knows where she is. Both Daniel Romalotti and Billy Abbott were confused and could not sit still without knowing the situation. Daniel, Phyllis's son, could not ignore his mother's disappearance. He felt a surge of anxiety rising inside him, and could not stand by and do nothing. He decided to share his feelings with Billy Abbott, who had been his longtime friend and could help in this situation. During their conversation, Daniel expressed his concern that Phyllis might be in danger. "I don't know what to do, Billy. My mother is gone and I can't just sit there and wait," Daniel said, his voice filled with anxiety. "We have to do something. Chance needs to continue investigating." Billy, despite having a fairly realistic view of what could happen, could not deny that this situation was getting out of hand. Phyllis, for all her cunning and problem-solving skills, is now unable to solve anything on her own, which makes both Daniel and Billy feel uneasy. The two decide to put pressure on Chance to continue investigating and find Phyllis. Although Chance has begun his investigation, they feel there is too much information that is vague, and the truth is still unclear. They can't just sit back and wait when Phyllis may be in danger. Can things change? Every relationship on The Young and the Restless is tied to the ups and downs and events that the characters face. As Kyle tries to re-establish boundaries with Summer, Nikki struggles to maintain peace between Victor and Jack, and Daniel and Billy continue to search for Phyllis. One thing is clear, everything in Genoa City can change in an instant. The battles are not only fought on the battlefield of love, but also at the crossroads of life, where difficult decisions and the struggle between reason and emotion can shape the fate of each character. Will the grudge between Victor and Jack ever be resolved? Will Phyllis make it back safely? And will the characters be able to overcome the challenges and rebuild their lives? Only time will tell. Intrigue, betrayal, and power struggles are always an integral part of every story. The characters in this world face challenging and dangerous situations, from dangerous escape plans, tense investigations, to complicated relationships and slowly revealing secrets. The plot twists in this story will keep fans glued to the screen. Phyllis and Sharon, the plan to escape from a tight end. When Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman were held captive by a mysterious kidnapper, fans were eager to see them freed. Phyllis, with her resilient and intelligent nature, did not easily accept the situation of being held captive, and she quickly came up with a bold idea. In a preview clip, Phyllis decided to use a chair to smash the window and then scream for help. However, in the moment when Phyllis was about to act, Sharon intervened. Sharon knew that such an impulsive action could put them in more danger. "You can't do that, Phyllis. If you do that, we'll die," Sharon shouted, feeling scared when she saw Phyllis about to take such a reckless action. Sharon had been through many challenges in her life and knew that every decision could change the outcome, especially in a dangerous situation like this. The two women quickly realized that they needed to come up with a more careful plan, one that would not only help them escape captivity, but also avoid being discovered and put in danger. Daniel seeks chance, investigating Phyllis's disappearance. While Phyllis and Sharon struggle to escape their captors, Daniel Romalotti can't help but worry. His mother, Phyllis, has suddenly disappeared, and the strange phone call she made before her disappearance has left Daniel worried. He decides to approach Chance Chancellor again, asking him to open an official investigation into Phyllis's disappearance. With his assertive nature, Daniel can't stand by while Phyllis can't handle the situation on her own. "Chance, we can't just sit here and wait. Phyllis could be in danger. You have to do something," Daniel firmly tells Chance. He can't understand why his mother disappeared under such mysterious circumstances, and he can't stand the uncertainty of not knowing what's going on. While Chance has conducted an initial investigation, Daniel is dissatisfied with the progress and feels he needs more help to find the truth. Chance knows that this case could be more dangerous than they imagined. He decides to dig deeper into the investigation, but with all the information being vague, he is not sure what is really going on. This not only makes Daniel more anxious, but also increases the tension in the Romalotti household. One of the more interesting relationships on The Young and the Restless right now is between Holden Novak and Audra. The two are secretly plotting to achieve their goals, and fans are wondering if these schemes could lead to them reuniting in a romantic relationship. Holden seems to be completely infatuated with Audra and may be in love with her. However, Audra has not told Nate about her feelings, which complicates the situation even more. Audra keeps a big secret from Nate, possibly because she still has feelings for Holden, which puts a strain on the relationship between Audra and Nate. As the two begin to plot and find ways to achieve their goals, their closeness and scheming may lead them to realize that they can get back together, not just for strategic reasons, but also for emotional reasons. But is Audra ready to leave her previous relationships behind and find love with Holden again, or will she choose to continue living with Nate in a challenging relationship? Kyle and Summer relationship, setting boundaries. Another tense situation is happening between Kyle Abbott and Summer Newman. After witnessing the growing tension between Summer and Claire, Kyle feels the need to set boundaries with his ex-wife. Kyle doesn't want Summer to continue acting rashly, which will not only affect their relationship but also have serious consequences for the Abbott family. Kyle decides to talk to Summer, asking her to stop acting impulsively and start thinking more carefully. He doesn't want to get into trouble again due to Summer's impatience and haste. Summer, as usual, doesn't take Kyle's direction easily and fights back. However, Kyle is determined to maintain clear boundaries, knowing that if he doesn't, their relationship will only become a nightmare. Victor and Claire, ultimatum for love and family. While Kyle and Summer are dealing with their own issues, Victor Newman has other plans to solve his family's problems. With Claire Grace, who is struggling to choose between love and family, Victor gives Claire an ultimatum that leaves her with a difficult decision. Claire will have to choose between her love or her commitment to the Newman family. This is a difficult problem for Claire, as love always comes with stressful decisions about honor and responsibility. The mysteries behind Jabot and Damien Kane at Jabot, a leak is discovered, causing people to begin to doubt the safety and management of the company. Meanwhile, Devon Hamilton questions Damian Kane, a mysterious figure who may be involved in recent events. Devon wonders if Damian is doing something dark behind the family's back, and how this could affect family relationships. Meanwhile, Sally Spectra announces her latest project, which could create important changes in the business world of Genoa City. These plans will affect not only Jabot, but all the characters involved in power struggles. Tense struggles and complicated relationships with plot twists, intrigue, and secrets yet to be revealed, The Young and the Restless continues to take fans on a journey full of surprises. From Phyllis and Sharon's escape plans, to the mysterious investigation into Phyllis's disappearance, to the emotional intrigue and power struggles, things are getting more tense and complicated than ever. Can Phyllis find a way out of her dire situation? Can Holden and Audra reunite in a romantic relationship? And can Victor make Claire choose family over love? These questions will surely continue to make viewers hold their breath waiting for the answers in the next episodes of The Young and the Restless.